subscribe, like, and follow our show, Bring It to the Table podcast, where you will hear hot topics that couples face in relationships updated here weekly. And while you're at it, rate us and leave us a review. We want to hear from you. Table combos right here at Bring It to the Table. Let's talk about it.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Happy Monday, and happy Martin Luther King Day. I am your host, Christopher Tiptoe Williams.
And I am Neresia Williams.
And you are back with us live on Bring It to the Table podcast.
Yes, tonight is going to be very special and different for us because we actually will have our first live guest tonight. So we felt it was appropriate to bring someone on that had personal experience in our topic tonight. So tonight we are talking about dealing with the loss of a child as a married couple.
Yes, how do you deal with the loss of a child? You know, no one wants to talk about these things, but there are a lot of people that go through these things every day. So we wanted to kind of bring awareness on, a couple of different situations and, kind of get your opinions on how would you deal with something like that dramatic in your life.
Right. So we are going to invite a couple people to join the show. So give us just a moment. And you want to talk about what's been going hot in the news while I invite some people?
Yeah, today is Martin Luther King Day, so we want to, take a moment just to reflect on all those that were in the civil rights movement, that fought for justice and equality for, human rights. And we just want to thank those that continue to do those things in life, It's just, 2019 is a great year, and we just hope everybody's out there showing the love and spreading the love. So, yeah, that's what's up with that. That's the hottest thing in the news right now. Obviously with everything else that's going on in the news, but R. Kelly's and things like that still going on.
All right. So we are going to acknowledge we have Ramona Jackson. Welcome.
Hey, Ramona.
And Sandra.
Hey, Sandra. How you doing?
Victoria, welcome.
Hey, Victoria.
And Alicia, welcome.
Alicia, welcome.
Yes. Okay, so last week we talked about is paying bills enough? And that was pretty interesting because, we had we didn't have much feedback during the conversation when we was recording, but in the replay, then we had some conversation from people.
Yeah, some, paying bills that it was a really deep topic because so many people that are in relationships, they get kind of used to just paying bills and not doing things with each other and forgetting about what a marriage couple should do. So it was a really good topic that we talked about.
Yes. Hi, Raquel. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, Raquel.
All right. So without further ado, we have, for those of you that are joining us for the first time tonight, we talk about everyday topics that couples face in relationships. And so sometimes some of the topics that we talk about is things that we've went through personally, and other topics that we discuss on our podcast show is things that we, some of our friends or family members or just people in general have experienced. So it sparks a conversation for us to talk about. So tonight we are talking about dealing with the loss of a child. Although we personally have not dealt with the loss of a child while being married, we felt it was appropriate to reach out to someone that had experience in that. So while we do have conversations about it, we would like to discuss with our special guest tonight, Alicia and Waddell Simon is going to be joining us tonight. So I am going to bring Alicia on and her husband. Let's see if we can get them on here. All right. While we are we are waiting for them to join us. So you want to talk about some of the things while we're waiting for them to join us?
Yeah, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Some of the things that I read about how do you deal with grievances of a child. Some people, they replace the loss, by trying to maybe go and you know, get an animal, get a puppy, get something to keep them happy and motivated. A lot of people, enjoy that part because dealing with a loss of something is very hard. So emotionally, people are drained.
Mhm.
The key things is like you have to really be strong, is what I read, and you just got to keep busy. You have to stay busy and continue to move forward, especially with any loss, especially a child. So, and then another thing I learned was it's not cool to grieve alone. Now, when you grieve alone, sometimes it kind of separates the both the couples, because one person might just grieve so much that they forget about it's not only about them, but it's about both of them that they lost a child. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Those are some good points. All right. So, Alicia, I see that you are on here. I am trying to invite you, bring you on the camera. So, check your notifications so that you can accept the request. It says no answer from live video guests. So, look at your notifications so we can get you on and we can have a conversation with you and your husband. All right. So yes, that is all right. All right. I think we have some action, Houston. We have action coming along. All right. Let's see where we at here. This is our first time having a guest, so we are working through it. But they are going to share some. All right. Hello. We have you.
Hello, guys. You guys look wonderful. Thank you for joining us.
Okay. If that's
I
around that
think
with you.
that's their body.
Okay. All right. Do y'all hear any feedback on your end?
Just a little delay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, welcome. Thank you both for joining us tonight. We have this podcast that we do every Monday night. And so the topic tonight that we wanted to discuss was how to deal with a loss of a child while you're being married. Although we haven't personally experienced it, I see on social media where couples have went through this type of situation, and not all the times do they work together during the grieving process. It sometimes divide them, and it can cause separation and divorce. So I watched your story, Alicia and Waddell, when you did your live video, and I thought that you would be perfect to share with us. So, you want to start off, or you want us to ask questions?
Yeah, it's a delay.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
It sounds like it's replaying
Yeah, it
again.
does. It's crazy.
Okay.
Okay, we're just gonna let you talk.
No, wait.
That's crazy.
Okay. Let's try to reconnect. Okay. All right, y'all. We are reconnecting with our people. There's a lot of background noise. Yes, we are. Thank you for being patient with us. She is going to reconnect with us so that she and her husband can share their journey with us, and hopefully something that they say tonight can help you. So please tag and share this video with your friends and family. Okay, let's see. We're going to get them back on. Share video. Okay. Come on back, Alicia. We're going to get this thing going today. Yes. So it is going to be good.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, well, we got it.
What up, Wardell? Wardell?
Okay, so our podcast is called Bring It to the Table, what my husband and I do every Monday night. And so we discuss topics that couples face in relationships every day. And so some topics we have personal experience in, and other topics we don't. But we just discuss it and talk about it because it's something that we've seen on social media, or it's something that has happened with our family and friends. And so we talk about it, and hopefully what we say, something can help another couple. So this particular topic that we decided to choose tonight was something that I had seen on Facebook, and how couples had dealt with losing a child. Although we personally didn't have experience in it, I remember your story, sharing it on Facebook, and I thought about you and your husband, Waddell, and that's why I reached out to you to see if you would mind seeing that you have personal experience. Let us know how you guys dealt with it and your journey, and what you used to work together, because from what I see, it didn't divide you guys, that you work together as a couple, and that's most important, what we want to help couples with.
So introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about you, and tell us your story. All right, 12 years.
Yes, sir. 12 years. And we have 6 kids, and expecting number 7 in June.
Go ahead, Waddell.
God, great. Let's see, what else? I'm from Los Angeles, my wife.
Get out. That's where we at now.
We on the West Coast.
What? I had no idea.
He threw up the West Side. Go Rams. Oh man, I didn't know that.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh no, what did you say?
I said I'm from Lower Arkansas, LA.
Okay. Louisiana, LA. All right.
story you have heard over the last several, you and I met maybe 2 years ago, I think.
Yes.
It was. And so we were kind of in the middle of a very traumatic situation at that time we met. And so we had some difficulties. That situation that we were kind of in the middle of, and after you and I met, my husband went through some things,
Mm-hmm.
and then the almost to the T, to the date is when we miscarried twins. And so, plus all the other little things that can come up on you as a married couple and tear you apart.
Yes.
And we would have to say, we could talk about the miscarriage, but really, it doesn't really even matter what the trauma is. It doesn't matter what the traumatic event is or what the situation is. But with miscarriage, it's such a thing that happens to you physically and emotionally that it does weigh in a slightly different way because it happens to the woman physically and emotionally, and then it happens to the man emotionally. And there's probably some, you would have to hear from him on that, but there's so much that goes into play when it comes to losing a child that we don't hear about, right?
Mm-hmm.
We don't hear about how you question whether or not you're good enough. Even after having 6 babies naturally, with no interventions on the last 4 babies, even without having, any issues of any kind, ever getting pregnant, or, never losing a child before, having lost these 2 babies, I still question, is something wrong with me? Have I done something different to my body that caused it to reject these babies? Or was something wrong with the sperm and the egg? And, are we now producing bad sperm and bad eggs? Am I too stressed out? Am I doing too much? All these things are coming to my mind and just wondering what happened. Why did it happen? What happened? How could I have prevented it? And so I struggled with that for a little while. We also struggled with just, God, why? Because we were at that point after 6 years where we were like, we good. Number 6 came, firecracker, and we were like, we are good.
Right.
Yeah. So no diapers in the house at that time, and we were pretty sensitive on the side thing. Yeah. Plus, we were getting it. We're naturally family planners, and so naturally I would get pregnant a couple months after I stopped nursing because that was the family planning, right? You nurse, you don't get pregnant, then a couple months later after you stop nursing, you get pregnant. That was cool because the baby was spaced about 18 months apart or a little bit more. But this last one, we had kept doing what we were doing, the whole other family planning type stuff, calculating all that stuff.
Yes.
And he's almost 2 years old. So he's 2.5 years old. And we were like, okay, we're good. Maybe we should go and get a little bit more intervention just to make sure. We were just having that conversation. We didn't want to do any snipping or cutting or anything like that, but we wanted some we were thinking about intervention. And just how that impacted us spiritually. Is that of God? Do we still wait? Do we let him bring it in if he wants to? Just things like that we were going through anyway.
Well, speaking
And then, go ahead.
Well, speaking of spiritual, I want to ask your husband, as the man of God and the man of the house, because like you said, the women kind of deal with it 2 different ways because you physically and mentally. But as the man of the house, or the husband, how did you deal with trying to keep everything together? Because, at the end of the day, the husband is trying to keep it all together. So how did you deal with that?
My wife was dealing with some complications and
After the
miscarriage, and so that's my there's just prayer.
Yeah.
Just spending time with the word. I would say just whatever the situation is, it's through a law, it's whatever problem that you're dealing with, it's just spending time in the word and having that grounded, because there's times where you may not be in the word, but the Holy Spirit's going to pull that back. had, I was not there for my wife through those other problems. I was not there for her emotionally. You know, I need to take care of it because what happened last time, it caused a huge rift between the two of them. And you look at that within the marriage, and also the dynamics of it within the family as well. So from that, going from past to I'm not going down that route again.
Right.
And a passage that I always quote because I've always fallen short of it is James 4:17. Says, to him who knows what to do and does not do it, to him it is due. For me, I knew what to do, but being passive and not doing what I needed to do, that's what caused the issue. And so this time, you know what, God, I'm going to go ahead and do what I need to do. So that way you won't have these issues. That way I won't cause them against you. But then also, able to be in union with my wife as well as with my family.
Right on, brother.
Good.
Dell and I had a lot going on. We have the kids, right? We have the 5 kids here at home. My oldest son is in Texas Penal Institution, and that weighs on us constantly. And then I was traveling with my business, and actually had some miscarriage the day after I got back home. The official miscarriage. I was bleeding the whole time, cramping the whole time. The day after I got back home from one of these trips, and they actually went with me down to San Antonio to make sure that I was okay. Because we knew something was going on, right? Something was about to happen. And so just that whole time period, I was no good at home. And so he had to step up and take care of home in a good way. And to him, it was almost like a thank you to me because I had to do the same in October of 2017 when he was in the hospital for 30 days. And so he felt like, and I'm talking from the start, but he kept saying to me, I need to do this for you. So it was past experiences where he wasn't there, and then past experiences where I was there. And we can talk about that, because I didn't want to be there in the beginning of that whole ordeal. I really didn't. I was mad as dog. So that's another thing. I was really mad at him for putting us in that situation. But God had to humble me and show me that my husband needed me in that time. And so a year later, almost, he is having opportunities to serve me in sickness. So
In the reverse role.
It's easy to serve in health, but now we're in sickness. And
Yes.
during that time, for me, I have to continue. The Lord just continued to put it on my mind. The vows that we made, and the commitment and covenant we made to Him when I had to serve Him. And I could see that covenant played out when He has to serve me. And He's still, like, I can't even get Him off me now. I'm like, babe, I'm good. So still really in that, has that servant heart to make sure that I'm okay, both physically and emotionally. And then, of course, we work together on the spiritual side of it. But I think it's a mutual commitment, and it's a mutual concern, because even while I was kind of come home from these trips and would be flatlined almost to the point where my vision was even going because I was losing so much blood, I was thinking to myself, how is my husband doing? Is he okay? Do I need to find a babysitter to give him a break? Because I don't have a babysitter. Or do we need to eat out tonight or have takeout tonight? What do we need to do to give him a little peace of mind? And there were times when I would have to ask him, how is the miscarriage affecting you?
Yes, that's a good point, because sometimes women can push the husband away because they're dealing with it in a different way. And so you still being conscious of his feelings and having an open communication and asking how is it affecting him is very good.
You know what, Lucia, I think society has put this standard on women who have miscarriages, like, oh, the baby, or even abortion, because we don't put, we're not even talking abortions, and I don't believe in abortions,
Yes.
right? And the same physical things that happen when you go through a miscarriage at 6 weeks, 16 weeks, 20 weeks, or you have a baby, you actually birth a live baby, or you have an abortion, your body's going to experience those same things.
Mm-hmm.
And as a society, we think abortion, miscarriage, get up and go on back to work. Baby, you get the 4 to 6 weeks or however long, that FMLA will allow you, whatever that program is.
Right.
You get that time. But with abortion and miscarriage, you don't get that time. You don't get that mental regroup, that physical regroup. You don't get that emotional regroup time. And so, for me, I'm grateful that our, life situation allows me to run my life, basically, to set up my time and to say when I'm coming and when I'm going. But I feel for those women who are married who have to have a miscarriage on a Monday night and be back to work on a Wednesday morning. Because I couldn't imagine that.
Yes.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? It would have been devastating for me to have to sit through that. And then if people knew that I was pregnant, and we got a lot of that too. A lot of people with their sympathies or their condolences, and they meant well, but it was almost like I couldn't get away from it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you guys think that you was being tested spiritually?
Say that one more time.
Do you guys think that you were being tested spiritually?
I think, yes. I think it was our faith. I think one, initially after we had the 6 kids, we were A-okay.
Okay.
And we had success when we were surprised with the next pregnancy. We were like, we glad, but we really not.
Right.
But, we took it as, where we try to put restraint on God.
Right.
A lot of times, I trust God, they claim it, these things, but we just put limits on God. Like, God restrains. But you know what? His ways are not our way.
Right.
And at that point, we was like, you know what, God, however, whatever you choose, we're all for it. And as a result of the miscarriage, that's where we're going to say, you know what? We're content at 6, but Lord, if we have more, so be it. Because that's how we work. That's how.
Yeah, and when we found out we were pregnant, we went through what he was sharing, and I remember we were doing a kind of a video sharing that we were pregnant. And one of my sons said, maybe it's twins, and we were both like, And then we found out that it was twins. And so we went through this period of time saying, Lord, did we reject this gift that you gave us, and did our words, heal this? Now, we know God is bigger. We know that. We know that God can do anything. A lot of people say a lot of stupid stuff, and they still get blessed, right? But we still have to look at our words, because he says, let no foul or corrupt communication come out of your mouth. And at that time, we now think, man, twins would have been such a joy in our home. And, so we really are careful with our words.
Yes.
Right.
And that was a spiritual kind of growth period also.
Wow.
But, I don't think that the death of the baby was a spiritual test sent by God. I do not believe that. I believe that in anything that is dealing with death is because of our sin nature, right? It's just because we are in a fallen world. Anything dealing with it. But God watches and governs how we respond to these things. And that's where the pruning comes from. That's where, whether we're going to bear good fruit, whether we're going to bear bad fruit, what are you going to do as a result of this? You're a Christian, now what's your response to this?
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't believe that death is of God. Maybe there was something wrong with the baby. Maybe there wasn't. Who knows? We don't know that. We won't know that, until it's revealed to us. But what we do know is that God expected a certain response from us. And initially, we didn't have the correct response, and he had to check us on that.
He will check you.
We didn't have the right response to the birth, to the pregnancy. We didn't have the right response to the miscarriage. Because I was like, what the heck, God? up on my promise. And a month later, we found out we were pregnant again.
Won't he do it?
Yes.
Won't he do it? Well, I got some I want to know. Could you guys give some advice to those couples that might be going through what you're going through? What are some of the ways that you guys did to replace the loss? What did you do to replace the loss moving forward? Did you guys get a new puppy or whatever to replace that loss? Yeah. I'm not over here. I am breaking up.
He said, did you guys do anything in particular to replace your loss as a way of coping with your loss? Like get a new puppy or something like that?
You stay busy.
We had a conversation with the kids. We showed them the ultrasounds and showed them empty sacks and where baby one, baby A and baby B were. We allowed them to name them. And so they chose names from the gift of the spirit, the fruit of the spirit. And so one was called, one said love, and then the other said kindness, so we named baby A Loveness. And then one said peace, and the other one said, yes, I like peace, so we named baby B Peace. And then we also talked to our older son and gave him a chance to add on to that too, so we gave each one of them a middle name. So I think it was Loveness, Light, and Peace, Daylight Salt. So see, that's the whole story behind it.
That's beautiful.
For the spirit. So we did that, and we just told them, it was an opportunity for us to talk to them about reconnecting once we get to glory, once we get to, in the presence of the Lord, once we are redeemed fully. And so it was just an opportunity to talk to them about that. And they still talk about twins. And, when we'll see them again, and don't forget, we got, that's 2 other assignments that we have. They'll remind us of that. We didn't do puppy, we didn't do a formal burial or funeral because, kind of one of those bathroom things. But I do encourage people to do whatever is laid on your heart. Don't think it's stupid. Don't think it's ridiculous. Don't think people will think you are crazy. They might. But you do whatever you need to do to bring not closure, but more of moving forward, being able to move forward. Because it's easy to get stuck in that.
Yeah, so that was one of my questions that I wanted to know if you guys did any counseling or attend any support groups to help cope with your loss.
We are leaders of a marriage group called Reengage. It's a Reengage ministry, and we're leaders of one of their small groups. And then I am a sharer on social media, and a lot of, I think, our healing came through talking.
Okay.
We have probably dozens of people from that video who either messaged me, texted me, or called me and said, believe it or not, I've been through the same thing. I had no idea.
Mm-hmm.
And so talking to them and hearing, their struggles, how they made it through. We gave each other time almost every night that we were together, just to kind of just sit and talk and process.
Be able to do that, and because that was also during that month of whatever previous experience was.
It was pregnancy loss month.
Oh, wow.
Pregnancy loss month, which is interesting. It was that month that I had the miscarriage. And so there was a lot going on social media about that anyway. So it was kind of exploded in that way, which was good. Because I couldn't hide.
And it opened up a lot of dialogue. I ended up getting from a lot of guys from their experience. I had one of my high school classmates, how his mother lost the baby at 37 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
She buried the baby, and he never, she's like,
Mm-hmm.
You know, women that bear those issues, but hearing from a friend with that, and hearing from other men as well.
Yes.
So it's really opened up the dialogue by sharing online, because we know that our story is not for us. It's to be able to be shared, to be able to help empower someone else. But hey, through our relationship with Christ, we're able to endure and we're able to handle this, and I'm able to offer you the assurance to know that, hey, my God is able to help you.
Yes. That's wonderful. Yes. Was one last question that I have was this something that you guys had talked about how you wanted to handle if you were ever to have a loss in your family, a loss of a child, what it would look like maybe after reading something on social media or seeing someone lost a child, did y'all have like a conversation?
I was so clueless to the possibility. Truly, and you said that there's probably a lot of humility that came into my life from that, because, boom, 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 6 babies and no problem. There was probably a little bit of, collar popping in there where I felt like, I'm good, I'm pregnant, okay, we're going to do this thing again, no problem. And so it was a lot of, I was humbled in a big way,
Right.
because I would never get started.
Right.
We talked to it. We talked kind of lightly about what if one of our living children passed away for some reason, but we never talked about what if we get pregnant and we lose the baby. We never discussed the emotional, spiritual, physical side of that or anything. Like I said, I was clueless.
Yeah.
But that's a conversation that we had to have again when we were pregnant so soon after. We had to say, okay, well, what happens if?
And so, not to cut you off, but do y'all know what you're having this time?
We just did a gender reveal. You have to check out our Facebook page. It is Gender Day.
Okay.
And we did it live at the ultrasound imaging place with my friend Lakeisha, and we are having a
Boy. Girl. Now, girls are blessings. Oh, man. Yeah, you two are most definitely.
We're still trusting, we're still believing, so we're halfway there now, so.
Awesome.
Well, you two are an example of what a beautiful couple under God is all about. And we were so thankful that you guys blessed us tonight.
Glad to be here, absolutely. Can I say one thing to the women and the men out there, if you don't mind?
Yes, go ahead.
It's not your fault. It's not. That's one of these tactics of the enemy, is to blame yourself or blame your spouse.
Mm-hmm.
It's not my fault. Unless he hit me in the stomach with a bat, then it's not his fault.
Right.
Because that happens.
Yeah.
But we're talking about just, day by day. One day you're pregnant, one day you're not because of miscarriage, unexplained miscarriage. It's not your fault. And so don't take that guilt upon yourself, and don't project that guilt upon your spouse, either direction.
That's good. That is very good. I believe that definitely will help someone. Well, we're not going to hold you guys, and thank you so much again, Alicia and Waddell, for joining us tonight. You have been such a blessing to us and to those viewers that tuned in tonight to listen on Facebook and YouTube. This will also go out on our podcast channels, and probably in about a week or so when I get it uploaded. So you guys will be blessing others around the world. So thank you so much for sharing your story, your journey, and those helpful things, nuggets those jewels you dropped down on those people tonight.
Hey, Wendell. West side is the best side.
All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and go tonight. Y'all have a wonderful evening, and thank you for joining Bring It to the Table podcast.
And we look forward to hanging out with you guys sometime.
Yeah, that would be great. We love that.
All right. Well, have a good evening. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Well, a great night tonight.
Yes, yes, yes.
And so we want to thank all our listeners who tuning in right now on all of the other platforms on Google Play, Google Music, iTunes, Spotify. Hopefully, this helped, to put some perspective on certain situations that you unexpected encounters, So hopefully this will help you out if you do or you ever, come across this type of a situation in your life. So, my name is Christopher Tiptoe Williams.
And I am Neresia Williams.
And no matter what we do,
Or what we say,
we always find a way to
come together
and
and
bring
bring
it
it to the table. We will see you next week, guys.
Bye-bye. Hey, yo, Dan Hopkins, take us out.